Heed the call of uncharted space and harness the spirit of exploration with the Drake Corsair, a worthy companion supporting you in battle, discovery, and delivery, wherever the winds of adventure may steer you. G'day and welcome back to another Star Citizen 3.19 video. It's been a hot minute since my last video. Unfortunately, life got in the way and what little time I've had for play has been dedicated to making the purchase of this ship possible. The Drake Corsair is a multi-crew explorer that gives up defences for a focus on versatility and firepower. With asymmetric convertible wings and a large cargo hold, the Corsair adapts to harsh environments, combat situations, and hot landing zones with equal ease. Up to 4 crew can be accommodated in the Corsair's functional quarters, and a pair of quantum fuel tanks provide the means and method of exploring distant, dangerous stars. So this is a ship I've been meaning to get my hands on and review for a while. I've mentioned in previous videos how much I actually enjoy the Drake design aesthetic, and the Corsair really delivers in this department. It has no lack of exposed piping and cables to really make the ship feel roughshod and as though it's not quite finished. So we've entered the ship from the rear cargo area and are in the engineering section right now, where in the future, once scanning is a gameplay loop, you'll be able to utilise the Corsair's extensive suite of scanners. It also contains some of the components of the ship for the day when engineering is also implemented. Through this door, you'll find 4 of the 8 armour lockers. Here, you could store sets of armour for exploration or whatever means you come up with. Piracy. There is also 4 gun racks, which can fit regular guns and small arms, like pistols. As I'm in the hangar, I can't demonstrate these, but I'm sure you all know how to use a weapons locker. This area also has a side airlock. This next section is the crew quarters. There's 3 cabins in this area, each with a small bed and a storage locker. Yeah, there's not much else to these quarters. They're pretty Spartan, basic, as you'd expect from a Drake ship. So this area here is the galley for the ship. None of it's actually functional. It does look well equipped, by Drake standards anyway. And this little room here is the ship's head. So in here you've got a little sink, a toilet, a shower, everything you need to enjoy your extended stays in space. It's small, but yeah, it's functional. So all 3 of these cabins back here are exactly the same. I'm not going to go through each individual one of them. I think that's a waste of time. So this area is where the dorsal turrets are. We'll come back to that in a minute though. First thing, I'm just going to jump up into the pilot seat and power the ship up. Now that I'm out of the pilot seat, you'll see this neat little upgrade that CRG have put in. So the ship's HUD, even though I'm not in the seat, is still visible, which gives you a chance to have a look at the condition of the ship without having to sit down in the seat, which I think is pretty cool. Nice little upgrade. So this cabin here, this is what I call the pilot's cabin or the captain's cabin. Again, no different though. Drake doesn't differentiate based on who owns the ship. You don't get any better quarters. I suppose you do get some air conditioning vents blasting right in your face as you're trying to sleep. I don't know how that's a good thing. So as you can see, more component storage. There's the radar. It's got a cool little animation for how it pops in and out. We'll wander back now. So as I said, this is where the dorsal turrets are kept. And so these turrets, once I get it powered up, actually have quite good traversal. They can practically point forward. Now this allows them to add their not inconsiderable firepower, so they've got 2 badges as a stock loadout. to the forward-firing firepower of the pilot. Now we'll jump out of here, head back into the cockpit real quick. And we'll jump into the co-pilot seat. And the co-pilot seat does this nifty little thing where it slides forward and down into the belly of the ship. And being in the co-pilot seat gives you access to the missile arrays. So that's 4 twin missile arrays with their size 4 missiles. And it also gives you access to the turret that's on the spine of the ship. So as you can see, you've got 2 badges up there as well. So you combine that with the dorsal turrets, which are another 4 badges, plus the pilot having access to 4 size 5 and 2 size 4 laser cannons. All this weaponry should be enough to make even the most bloodthirsty of pirates think twice about wanting to tangle with a fully crewed Corsair. Back into the pilot seat. So as I said, you've got your 4 size 4 cannons there and the 2 size 2 cannons. And with the complement of 4 missile racks, with 2 missiles each, gives you a total of 8 missiles. That's quite a good amount of firepower. One thing I didn't go over was the elevator. So the Corsair comes equipped with an elevator that can be used to get down to the ground level, into the mess hall, or up to the roof of the ship, and it's a bit quicker to enter and exit the ship. So it's just in the mess hall as you approach the section that contains the turrets. So the Corsair's party piece is the Convertible Wings, which can fold for landing and then unfold for flight. Keep in mind, when folded, the pilot loses access to the 2 size 5 cannons, and your atmospheric flight characteristics, which are, let's be honest, less than ideal, are made even worse. It's worth noting that for some reason the wings folding is not tied into landing gear retracing, so to deploy the wings, you just need to hit the left Alt and K key together. You get this pretty little animation. It's actually quite well done. I like the way that section, the bigger wing, that it unfolds so that the gear, I guess you would call it, for the wing can all work properly. It's nice. Just have a look at it from this angle as well. She's a good looking ship. I like the Corsair. I really do. I don't know if I'd ever make it my daily ship, but it's good. Cargo hauling, it'll be good for exploration. Once that becomes an option, it'll be good for that too. So I'm glad I bought it. Speaking of buying it, it is available as a pledge, 225 USD. So she's a bit pricey, or you can save up the 3.4 million Alpha UEC and go buy it from Lawville, which is what I did. Which is why my balance is now 100,000 Alpha UEC. But we'll get that back up again. So anyway, since we're here and we're in the Corsair, we'll take it out on a mission. So since my last video, 3.19.1 has dropped, which was an interesting experience. There's no wipe land, however most, if not all players, lost something. I did have a rock and a Corsair, both of which, despite having stored and removed from storage multiple times, are now missing. However, I did get a Fury, not that I intend on flying it anytime soon. The reason I mention this is that the only bounty I can take is the initial certification mission. The Corsair is probably a bit of overkill for it, but you work with what you got, right? So let's take that mission. Not forgetting to grab a call to arms as well, and head on over to the target's location on Microtech. So here we are after a quick QT trip on Microtech. Let's see how this goes. I have to preface this section by letting you know that I suck at combat. I suck even more at competent atmosphere, so just keep that in mind while you yell at the screen about how much I really do suck. That's some impressive forward-facing firepower. That Gladiator is not having a good day. Yeah, the Corsair, it's slow, it's hard to turn, it's hard to keep on target too, especially something against that's so light and nimble, which obviously is the advantage of being in a light fighter, right? If you were as slow and cumbersome as the Corsair in a light fighter, you'd be having a bad time. Taking a bit of damage from that Eclipse, but not too bad. Nothing too bad at all. Shields are still holding. Shit. I still can't pilot. There we go, getting some shots on target. There's the Gladiator down. So let's go and find that Eclipse. Give him a taste of his own medicine. Oh, nearly collided there. Get on target. There we go. You want to play a game and see who's got the most firepower? Turns out I win. So, that about covers it for this one. I did warn you about how much I suck at combat. This is why I don't engage in PvP if I can help it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, and you think I've done a good enough job, consider subscribing and dropping me a like. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon so YouTube can notify you when I release something new. Going forward, I'm planning on releasing new videos 3 times a week. Trying to get content out daily, it's just not meshing with my timetable and often resulted in nothing being released. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!